We're about to execute 219 people. Ladies and gentlemen, let it begin. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with Viking 100 Ironheart of the Statman Dynasty. That's right, it's 100 Statman, and we're back. And guess what? Last time, we took all of Germany. There's a pretty sizable amount of threat for me at the moment, about 55% threat. So yes, we don't really have any opportunities to attack anyone this time. However, I have an alternative plan in mind. What if we don't attack people per se, but instead we just raid everything? I want to spend an entire episode just simply raiding to see how many prisoners we can get. And of course, at the end of the video, we will then try and execute this vast number of prisoners and see what happens to the game, because I'm pretty sure the audio will have never experienced, I don't know, let's say 100 people all dying at once. So, what are a few of our possible raiding targets? Well, as always, the capital of an empire is always a lovely place to start. There's also the head of the Catholic Church. That's a nice place to raid. Paris is also great. So is Luxembourg, of course. And my personal favourite, Constantinople, now ruled over by Duke Crusader, the Cruel of Cavarna, who is scarred, proud, cruel, lustful, possessed, and has one eye. Also, I have the feeling that perhaps going all the way over to the Rum Dynasty, we're likely to find quite a few people over there. However, to actually walk all the way over here is likely to take quite a long bloody time. So, let us quite simply waltz down to the capital of the HRE and see what we can collect in today's raid. See, it's wonderful because we're attacking all these people and yet we're losing threat because, you know, we're not actually at war with them. All we're doing is simply borrowing some of their people. My spy master has just discovered something. Duke Fasty of Normandy tried to have me assassinated to make sure I wouldn't discover his plot to kill Baroness Rosa of Cherbourg. Duke Fasty of Normandy, I trusted you. I will expose you, and I will duel you. The spineless, raging fanatic Duke Fasty has refused your challenge. Well, you're not getting away that easily. With my ridiculously high intrigue, I can force you to duel me. Oh, no, just win the duel. He doesn't die? That's just kind of sad. Oh, and my betrothed wife has finally turned 16, meaning we can marry. Countess Cranevel has provided me with proof that Duke Fasty of Normandy has been viciously slandering me. How should I use this information? Duke Fasty of Normandy, I adjure you, and yet you still choose to go around slandering my name. Expose and denounce him publicly, giving me reason to arrest him. Now be arrested. There we go. Success. Duke Fasty is now safely locked away in my dungeon, awaiting his fate. I could embalm you, quite happily in fact. But first, no. I will torture you. Oh, the sweet kiss of the whip. Duke Fasty will be sleeping on his stomach for quite some time. Judging by Duke Fasty's screams, it seems like he learned his lesson. Duke Fasty is now stressed and has been tortured. He is quite simply just died. Rest in peace, Duke Fasty. How did he die? He died of severe stress. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He wasn't tortured to death. He simply stressed himself to death. We had nothing to do with it. I don't think you can even claim that you have evidence of me being involved here. I've just realised something we can do. The people we have imprisoned in our prison, we could sacrifice them to the old gods, or just quite simply take them as concubines. We might as well. We gain prestige from it, and it means we might one day have more children. Now, our crusades must continue, so I'm actually just going to walk all the way over to the capital of Rum. We have no way of getting our boats there, but provided we can siege down the capital, we can at least gain some money from it. Legends about Alexander the Great and his epic campaign across Asia are told throughout the known world. Countless young rulers have wasted their lives in their hopeless attempts to emulate the immortal achievements of this legendary figure. Having died young after fathering only one child, Alexander was unable to establish an imperial dynasty. Rulers of all creeds and nations claim to trace their ancestors to fleeting lines of Alexander, yet none have been able to have such a prestigious claim be recognized by their peers and subjects. So I could actually claim to be part of the blood of Alexander? Myself? Viking 100 Ironheart of Sweden? Fine, I'll be the first to succeed. Attempt to forge a claim. Here we go, the Tomb of Alexander. The location of the hallowed grounds where the great conqueror was put to his final rest has been contested topic for millennia. Many Roman emperors of old have claimed to have visited the tomb of Alexander during their rise to power, yet its true location still eludes modern scholars. The recovery of my ancestors' sacred remains would surely strengthen my claim, so I can use my high intrigue and spend money to find the tomb, or establish a valid claim using learning and wealth, or just leave and get the trait depressed and lose a ton of prestige. Well, you know, I think I actually would like to have his remains. I think that would be great fun, so I'm going to spend some intrigue and wealth. Right, I shall spare no expense, which is 2,000 gold, 1,500 gold, or 1,000 gold. We're going to spend a large amount of gold. I want to get the remains of Alexander the Great. Let's go. Oh my good God, I think we've actually done it. We have actually gone and done it. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we're converting parts of Europe. Look, these lands have converted to the Germanic faith. And also, we've got Rome. We've converted Rome to Germanic. Oh my goodness. Well done, all of my seers. You've done a wonderful job. Oh, and I have a new son. He's a genius. Oh, of course you would be if you were born to Statman. Well, what will your name be? Well, after the last legendary RimWorld video, I think it's only fair that we create the wonderful Big Dave. It's Prince Big Dave of Sweden, and he's going to learn all about struggle. Anyway, we've burnt down the capital. Oh, burning down the capital has increased our prisoner count to 14. Okay, that seems like it was a great idea. Let's hold a great blot. Fengnosia, what a lovely person. You're in a dungeon, and you're Greek, and I'm afraid you're dead. Sultana Junez of Rum. Oh, your wife to the Sultan of Rum. Oh, I'm your wife, and yet he's only willing to buy you back for 10 gold. I'm terribly sorry, but yes, you're dead. Oh, and it's another wife to the Sultan of Rum. I guess you must be a concubine or something. Now, you are a wonderful person, but alas, you are dead. I simply cannot bear the sight of my grandson Knut. What with his perfect body and happy life, I started to wonder if I couldn't ruin him with a few well-placed words. You sick, Knut? You look bloated today. Or I could say, dear 100 Knut, I can see your bones sticking out. This is too petty. Even for me. He is, after all, Knut Wordslayer. That makes me feel like he's the early version of a rap god. So, personally, I don't want to challenge my grandson, the Wordslayer. Here it is! The tomb of Alexander. The valiant members of my expedition have finally returned to Upland. They bring a marvelous gift with them, a mummified corpse covered in ancient jewels that they claim to belong to my distinguished ancestor. After a consultation with my scholars who carefully examine every detail of the body, I am certain that the expedition has been successful. After having been lost for so many centuries, the body of Alexander the Great has finally been found, and I am the one responsible for its recovery. The only thing that remains is for my claim to Alexander's ancestry to become unobjectable. Send out every messenger and inform every crier. This is going to cost me 10,000 prestige. Let it be done. And after I sacrificed Belbury Nikafrost the Frog, I am now also harbinger of the blood gods. Through my faith and dedication, I have cleansed the entirety of Sweden in a sea of blood, forging a sacred legacy that will not soon be forgotten. I've just picked up another royal bloodline. Oh my goodness. I'm now also Scarlet Seeds of 100, and sacrificing prisoners yields additional prestige and reward. The looting process in Egypt continues. Let us see what wonderful stuff we can get from the lands. The siege is complete. What do we get? Oh my god, we're up to 23 prisoners. Okay, it turns out it is a good idea to simply rock up on the shores and just invade a few kings every once in a while. Captured in battle. Wali Baudir. Oh, what a lovely guy. He has great pox, he's a lunatic, and he's infirm. And he's got minus 53 personal combat skill. Why was he leading your men, exactly? There we go. The heir of Alexander. After years of study, research, and investment, I have finally achieved my goal, and eternally bound my dynasty's name to one of the great conquerors. Within our veins flows the same strength that subjugated Egypt, the same genius that cracked Babylon, the same ambition that led one man to travel from the heart of civilization to the edge of the world. Eternal glory awaits us. I have become the founder of a bloodline, and not just any bloodline, the immortal blood of Alexander. It also grants us the ability to use invasion once per lifetime. What does invasion grant us? It simply grants us everything. For example, we could invade the entirety of a country in just simply one go. I think it's also quite important that we actually reflect on what an incredible adventure it's been. 100 Statman here is now aged 83. Over the course of that time, he has collected a ridiculous amount of incredible artifacts, which are quite simply astounding. He's also reformed the entire Germanic faith. He's managed to also found 5 separate bloodlines, and he's killed 353 people. He is quite simply something out of this world, and I can't wait to see where we go, especially now that we've basically discovered that he is the son of Alexander the Great. Victory! Job done. How many people is that? Oh, we're up to 53 prisoners. Good lord, I was not expecting this many so soon. Kids in our dynasty are quite simply born with 25 personal combat skill. That's more than most actual characters in the world. For example, this guy over here, he's at minus 18. So my one-day-old daughter could beat this man in a fight quite happily. I've just run into Duke Sigismund the Just of Upper Lorraine. Look at that eye! He's taken being one-eyed to the next level. That is absolutely incredible. Oh, this is absolutely wonderful. The pillaging of Accra has been very fruitful. Our warriors have gathered many prisoners amongst the populace, and they look fit to become thralls. However, we could sell them for 200 gold, or ship them all back to Upland to work on building everything. And you know what? I think that's a great idea. A Catholic revolt has just been declared. There we go. The Catholic revolt has been finished. The guy who led the Catholic revolt, he looks like Jesus. It's It's basically Jesus, and he's in the dungeon, he has broken spirit, and he's currently suffering from a headache. Oh, what a poor guy, and you're getting sacrificed. Sorry, gotta appease the almighty creators, aka me. Alright, come on, let's loot up Kent. This is going to be the final ransacking. After all, we did start with about 18,000 men, and we're now down to 6,000. So I think it's probably time we eventually call it quits. Oh, and great, another bloody Catholic uprising in the exact same place as well. Men, it's time to hop back on the boats and go home. Then we've got a Catholic uprising to put down. Oh wait, it has been put down. Let's publicly humiliate you, because you're an absolute idiot for leading a Catholic uprising. Oh my god, and another bloody Catholic uprising has been declared. Catholic rebels have risen up in Zerbst again. That's those puny Catholics put down. We only lost 25 men and they lost all of their entire army. Anyway, what are we going to do with all of these prisoners? We have 60 of them. We could ransom them off for over 1,000 gold. We could execute all 60 of them. Or I think my preferred option is we're going to wait a little bit and then we're going to have yet another wonderful rampage around the world as we collect a few more prisoners. Right, I've just done a quick check and I think I've worked out why our mercenary band isn't getting hired. Our mercenary band contains 31,000 men and will cost you 206 a month to rent, but also requires 3,000 to buy. I get the feeling that's why no one's bought it yet. So I think it's definitely time we dissolve our mercenary company, because there is no way anyone was going to buy that. Right, you know what? I think I've got a plan, and this is going to be for the next video. We have a few options here. Now that we've gained our invasion casus belli, we have a few places we could invade. We could take out the entirety of Poland, the entirety of Norway, the entirety of northern France, the entirety of Lothringia, or the entirety of England. Now, technically taking the entirety of England would actually make this almost rather historic, so the choice is up to you. The decision is yours. In the comments section, give me a P for Poland, N for Norway, F for France, L for Lothringia, and E for England. Quite simple. And maybe write out why you think we should invade there, because I'd actually like a reason to be noted down in the history books rather than just, we invaded France because big F and they have baguettes. And here we have it, the legendary raiding force of 30,000 men. Let us embark the army. 551 boats, 30,000 men, and let's sail for the Spanish coastline. There's money to be had here. Oh, shite, I forgot to turn on the raiding. Oh, back we go. Here we go, the raiding process begins. Let us quite simply assault. Did we capture many people? Oh, we captured quite a few people there. Oh my goodness. You are known as the Sea King, for you can take whatever you want anywhere. The wild waves beat on rock or sand. No man sails a ship better. No man fights more fiercely. No man is held in more fear. I've been upgraded from Ravager to Sea King. This character is known and feared far and wide. Wherever salt water can be found, there is terror of the Sea King. Oh my goodness, not only am I a god of a religion, immortal character, I am also a Sea King. Let's move down to this tiny province here, a count here, so we might as well. Oh my god, what are you? What even are you? You are fat. Well, yes, I can tell. What is wrong with your face? Oh my good lord. I have so many questions. Age 24, your concubine was slain by Chief Rorek in personal combat. Why did you slay? Oh my goodness. Oh, right. Fine. Well, if that's how it works, I'm going to just borrow yours. There you go. Your concubine, Guyfer, is now mine. There we go. We've just done it. We've hit 104 prisoners with the siege of Tangier. Lovely. Right, let's just do a few more mini sieges, and then I think we'll move on to the next province. Oh, my marshal wants to duel me. Very well. Challenge accepted. I don't want to kill you, though. Oh, good lord. Right, you're one-handed and severely injured. You're so good. Why did you duel me? good lord. I've become good friends with my marshal. Okay, I guess that was worth it. And how many people have we captured now? Oh, we're up to 128 people in our dungeons. Very good. What's your family looking like? Okay, we've got your wife. Oh my god. We've got your grandma. We've got all of your children, all of your secondary wives, and basically half of your siblings. Oh, you poor Khan. Right. This was quite a lovely success, in fact. There we go, success. How many people have we captured there? Oh, we're up to 147. This is very nice. Oh no, my wife's died. She was slain by Chief Rorik Halvberg in personal combat. You killed my bloody concubine. And you're my marshal and you're my friend. Oh, why did you kill my bloody wife? She was my spy master. Oh my goodness. Oh, good lord. Right, we're gonna need a new wife. The position of wife has just opened up. Don't ask what happened to the last 3 of them. Could marry the Duchess of Gotland. No, this doesn't seem like a bad idea. She's got a large domain size, and she does control a large amount of my kingdom. So it almost makes sense to marry her so that I have more titles to pass on. Oh, and we've captured the Yuan Arm Protector. Is this something that I can actually bolt onto my arm? No, it is quite simply an elaborate decorated armband, and it increases sex appeal. Why not? I'm 91 years old, I might as well have some of that. How many people do we have in our prison? 212. Good lord, this is proving very successful. And we've now gone up to 222 prisoners. What a glorious success. I think that's enough prisoners, and it's time for us to return home. There we go, we've returned with 3,500 loot and gained 3,500 prestige. Excellent. Right, I'm afraid it's time. We've returned. We have 219 prisoners. A few prisoners have actually even died of old age in our prison. Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of them. In fact, so many, the game's starting to lag. So, we need to make a decision. We could release all 219, but that would be terrible. We could ransom 156 of them for 3,500 gold. Or could just execute them all. Execute 219 people. I don't think this has ever even been done in the history of CK2. I was sent a video by someone saying, look, I've executed 20 people at once. Aren't I incredible? Well, I'm afraid you're not, because we're about to execute 219 people. Ladies and gentlemen, let it begin. Wow. Now that... Jesus Christ, the game's crashed. The game has crashed. Oh my good lord. Oh my goodness. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that's it for this video because the game has in fact crashed. It turns out, yes, don't execute 219 people. The game may or may not like it. I've been the Spiffing Brit. I do hope if you enjoyed this video, you're looking to subscribe. I would absolutely love to have you here. And if you're wondering what video to watch next, then I strongly recommend you watch this RimWorld video here. It's my latest video and it is absolutely wonderful. Anyway, I will see all of you in the next one and thank you very much, Patreons. You are absolutely fantastic.